Hello guys, my name's the Zero Man and welcome back to some Kerbal Space Program. Now I've got a little bit of a switch up today because, well, we're not showing off a new update, and it isn't just going to be purely the serious missions. Yes, there's going to be a little bit of silliness there at the end. But first, the hardest mission I've possibly ever done without MechJeb. Oh, and there's a very good reason why. Getting this probe to Gilly, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, was possibly one of the more painful things I've ever had to do. Now just to show you on the map here, this is Gilly. Gilly orbits Eve. Eve is a fairly long way from Kerbal. Gilly also is incredibly tiny. One of the two tiniest moons in the entire game. So tiny, in fact, that I only needed an orbit of about 20. And I can still be way above the surface. I actually, lowest point, 4,500. That's insane. I'm so low right now that the game will physically not let me time accelerate because I'm too low to the ground. Yeah, that's part of the probe there in the background just floating away. I actually this orbit was completely different shaped. It takes so little energy to change the orbit on Gilly that this orbit was about 6,000. It was about 6,000 periapsis, and this was like way out at 100,000. And just by ejecting that piece, I've massively changed the orbit. So yeah, we can get some really nice close-ups of just the Gilly landscape, which is quite silly. Oh, and there's Eve way off in the background. So yeah, this was incredibly hard to do. Just to put out how hard it was to do, since Gilly has basically no gravity, the gravity well for it to catch you is extremely tiny, so instead of waiting for it to catch me, I kind of reversed my orbit around Eve, and I went counterclockwise, and I caught it, and then I reversed it again around Gilly, and yeah, it was just a long, complicated process. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. So, yeah, the Eve missions are going well. All the probes are now up. So next up, we just get some little drones out here, and I'm not looking to come back here. I hate you, Gilly. I hate you. Okay, now time for some silliness. I was reminded that the X-15 actually existed at some point in the space program, and I thought, well, how about I make my own kind of silly version of the X-15. Now, if you don't know the X-15, it's basically a plane that's just got a giant rocket attached to it. It's carried up into the air, it's dropped from the airplane, and then it goes off at about Mach 7. And I designed about 3 various different silly ones. So we have our very basic kind of design. Now this is the closest to about what the X-15 actually was. Now, going to show you what could potentially be some serious problems with this design. Well, at least in the Kerbal world. Mr. Jebediah. 3, 2, 1. Fire. Jebediah's loving it. So far we haven't crashed. It's always beautiful when we have not crashed. Okay. Oh yes, if you see the shiny dot in the background, that is Min-Miss. Aha. Yes. Okay. Now here's where the problems start. It's very front heavy, so I actually can't lift this up very high. So I can't really gain any altitude because as we burn more fuel, it gets more and more front heavy. So yeah, I can get up some pretty decent speed. You can see I'm getting some Mach effects starting. And I really need to bail. There we go. Parachute's out. Where did that thing go? Oh, there it is. It's still going. There we go. But yeah, look. There's the moon. Where'd Min-Miss? Ah, Min-Miss. Way off in the background. It actually flies quite well without the front on it. We were so low to the ground I actually couldn't show you the main problem with it. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. The main problem being is that once it runs out of fuel, it kind of becomes very front heavy, because the entire thing was kind of built around the rocket motor. So, 16 is the complicated one, so let's go 17. I don't remember which one it is. Oh yes, it's the one, instead of a solid rocket motor, I used aerospike and rocket fuel. So this is a much smaller, more compact design. And yeah, it does work better, but it has the same kind of issues. So, full power, and fire. Oh, I love that blue flame that comes off the aerospike. It's beautiful. So, Mr. Bill Gurman. Up to about 170 meters a second. Yes. Lift, lift, lift. Ah. And just go for massive vertical. Yes, this is what I love, is that with these craft you can basically just go straight vertical with them and still get some insane speed and distance off of them. Or you could just go straight horizontal. It's just... basically, these are very rudimentary space planes, and they are quite silly. And actually, compared to some of these solid rocket planes, this one actually gets higher than they do because of the aerospike is a lot more efficient. This is where we're going to start getting some control issues. Number one, because we're way high in the atmosphere, and it kind of relies on air to, you know, ride itself. And number two, it's going to get really front heavy very quickly. It's actually a beautiful flight. Jeez. This is actually the most altitude I've ever been able to pull out of this one so far. Wow. How much altitude am I gonna get? Holy crap, 56. I could actually make this a space plane. Interesting. But yeah, let's see if we can get up to where I could show you the front heaviness problems. And Bill's freaking out. But that's fine, Bill. It'll be okay. We get some beautiful pictures of Kerbal. Just the island chain down there in the other base. Where's little Min-Miss? I know you should be out here somewhere, Min-Miss. You're there somewhere. There's the moon. Min-Miss, where'd you go? You should be here someplace. Yeah, it's somewhere. I just can't see it through all the stars. Yeah, turn off that. Well, just leave it on for the sake of it. Put out the gear just to kind of slow us down. And we catch the air and it immediately does that. Yeah. It immediately nosedives into the ground, because that's where all the weight is. It's a very, very terrible aircraft. Because you can't recover it. I kind of need to figure out a way to do that, and it's spinning its way around as it goes into kind of a death spiral. Yeesh. That's not good. I think I could recover it if I want. Oh, is it going to recover itself? Is it going to recover itself? I have never seen it do this before. What is going on here? What is going on here? I'm gaining altitude! Yes! Oh. Oh, that's too good. I've never seen it do this before. It usually just straight nosedives. I've never seen it tumble like this. What is going on? Like, I know it has an amazing amount of lift, but really? Really? What? This is so stupid. Oh, this is just silly. Oh, now it's twirling. What? What? This is the first time I've ever seen it not go nose first. What is going on here? What is this? Why is it not going nose first? What? Oh, Kerbal Space Program. Surprising even the people who are... I've tested this stuff. So I've built it. I've tested it. I've never seen it do that. Alrighty then. Well, let's go to the complex one now. Yes, the X-16. It's the idea taken to the extreme. Yes, it's beautiful. And you might think it looks like it's going to blow up. It has about a 75% chance of survival. 75% is pretty good. I've had... It depends on whether the flaps work together or not. Oh, the flaps aren't working together. That's not good. If the flaps don't work together, then you're kind of done for at the beginning. I don't know why they're not... They tend to disagree with each other. You know what? Forget it. We'll do it without. Yes. This is so silly. This is such a silly idea, but it works beautifully. We just have 3 rockets with wings, just act like a sled, kind of power us forward. There's lots of momentum. Come on, Jebediah! Come on, Jebediah! We need altitude! We need altitude! Look at it go! Yes! Yes! This is actually the longest I've ever got the sled to burn! Fire! Bye-bye, sled. Mr. Jebediah Kerman, you are going on the adventure of a lifetime. Because you are going on one of the silliest aircraft of all time. A solid rocket motor with wings attached. Yes. Oh, there's the other space center in the background. It's more an airstrip than a space center, but meh. Wow, we are still burning at 15,000 feet. Wow, 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 wow. This is actually quite good. This is insane. I've got 2 really amazing runs. What am I gonna get vertical? 68,000. Oh, I'm gonna pursue this idea so much. I want a space plane. And these are just silly enough to be decent space planes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to do horrible, horrible things to these rockets. Yeah, just tumble the way you want. Jebediah, loving it in the corner. It'll slowly start nosing down because all the weight's in the front with the cab and all these SAS. And yes, all these SAS are necessary. It's kind of sad. Oh, oh, it's going down. Oh, no. Oh, there's the nosedive. There's the nosedive. Yeah, going about 1,000 feet a second, 1,000 meters a second straight down. Jeez. I want to see if this one actually recovers itself like the last one did, because that was insanely silly. Oh, oh, some beautiful flares coming off of that. Look at that. That is fantastic. We're gonna get some mock effects? Ooh, yes we are. Actually some really nice mock effects too. Off like that battery on it? Nice. Come on, recover yourself. Come on, come on. If you don't recover yourself, I'm going to have to eject Jebediah. I will eject him if you do not save yourself. Come on, pull up. Pull up. It's not gonna pull up. It's not gonna pull up. I'm gonna have to eject. I'm gonna have to eject. At 1,000. Punch it. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh, wow. Okay, that was a silly escape. But we're alive! We're alive! So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm probably going to pursue this space plane idea a bit more. And I have an idea now. If I take the aerospike and if I add the sled to the end of it, ooh, I see much experimenting with the X idea in the future. So until next time, guys, try to fly a little bit safer than I am, and have fun.